Okay, welcome back. This is 3.2. I'm just continuing from my other video because I felt like it left off too sharply. I was just explaining that the divine principle is claiming that there needs to be a new truth, or a better way to explain it is a new understanding of truth, because what we're teaching is not contradicting any of the other religious beliefs. It's really trying to expand on them and clarify them, especially the Bible, which the divine principle, because it was written in Korea for Christian Koreans, focuses mostly on the Bible. But the idea is that the basic principles can be applied across the board to all ideologies and all ways of thinking. So, especially for Christians, this idea of a new truth is a little uncomfortable because the Bible says very clearly, do not add, do not subtract, or you will burn in hell. Sorry, I'm paraphrasing a bit. But just to kind of put it in perspective, so did the Old Testament. The Old Testament had a very similar quote. And the idea is not that that is putting a prohibition against development. It's just putting a prohibition against altering the true meaning. And that's not what the divine principle is aiming to do. It's really aiming to clarify the stories of the Bible. And if you actually go through the entire book, what it does is it goes through the most important stories of the Bible, incident by incident, and really explains their purpose and how they're related to each other. And it creates kind of this continuing thread through the Bible. So the Bible does not just seem, as it really does sometimes, a book filled with random stories, but there's some kind of underlining purpose behind it, and we'll get into that more in the future. I want to read a couple other quotes to kind of explain what the idea of this new truth is. What will the new truth do? Why is it needed? Sorry, wrong page. Okay. People need religion in order to seek the ultimate reality and realize goodness in accordance with the inclination of the original mind. Thus, the purpose of every religion is identical. However, religions have appeared in different forms according to their various missions, the cultures in which they took root, and their particular historical period. And again, later on, we'll get into that more in detail. Because religions lack the power to guide modern people out of the dark valley of death into the full radiance of life, there must emerge a new expression of truth that can radiate a new and brighter light. Jesus indicated that God would someday reveal a new truth. I have said this to you in figures. The hour is coming when I shall no longer speak to you in figures, but tell you plainly of the Father. That was John 16:25. In another quote, Jesus also mentioned, I tell you of earthly things, and you do not understand. How can I tell you of spiritual things? So there was a lot Jesus wanted to say, and he wasn't able to say. So it's just something to keep in mind. Okay? What mission must the new truth fulfill? The new truth should be able to unify knowledge by reconciling the internal truth pursued by religion and the external truth pursued by science. Consequently, it will enable all people to overcome the two types of ignorance, internal and external, and fully comprehend the two types of knowledge. Okay, and then there was something else I wanted to read, because this is really, so far, has strongly been focused on this idea of there is a God, religion is necessary, religion is vital, and I know a lot of you out there are skeptics, agnostics, atheists, and I actually really can relate a lot. I watch a lot of atheist videos, and I can understand their frustration actually at the entire religious community. But I feel like maybe they're going too far, and they should be a little careful and stay open-minded and consider other possibilities. Okay, but I'll just read this section here. This is on page 8. Some people do indeed refuse to believe in religion. They disbelieve because they do not know the reality of God and life after death. Yet, however strongly they would like to deny these realities, it is human nature to accept and believe in them if they can be proven scientifically. So what we are claiming is that it's possible to prove that there's a life after death, and possible to prove that a God exists scientifically. Okay, quite a claim. Moreover, heaven has implanted in human beings nature such that those who practice their ultimate purpose of life in the material world will eventually come to feel a great void and emptiness in their hearts. When people come to know God through the new truth and encounter the reality of the spiritual world, they will realize that they should not set the ultimate purpose of life in the material world, but instead should look to the eternal world. They will walk the path of faith, and when they reach their final destination, they will meet as brothers and sisters. Okay? So, the idea is, we are called the Unification Church because our idea is that if there is an explanation of the Bible, if there is an explanation of the Quran, if there's an explanation of the teachings of Buddha and of Hinduism that can bring all these religions together under common ideas and goals, then all religions can become one religion. Because if all religions come from God, if all religions' final destination is human happiness and the attainment of one world family, we like to say one family under God, then there's no reason that we cannot find agreement and we cannot take out the things that are most vital for the happiness of all people. And the thing is, it's not just between religions, but this also has to be done between religions and psychology and the psychological evidence that we find. It also has to be done between the scientific communities. There has to be an integration of all fields and all aspects of human life in order to attain the most knowledge, in order to attain complete happiness. And the underlying root of all of this is the Creator, is God. Because if there's a Creator, He is the source of science. He is the source of knowledge. He's the source of every religion. So, again, because this is already the second video, I don't want to keep this going too long. So I'll just stop here and welcoming your comments and suggestions, and looking forward to doing this again hopefully next week.